jumping into Alt-G is what we're jumping into. But 1v1 Arabia between RiuT and MbL. It's so nice to see RiuT playing again. And he will be in the blue trunks here in the east of the map as the Saracens. And his opponent will be MbL in the red trunks in the west of the map as the Vietnamese. Burmese wagons with Manipur cavalry? Wait, does Manipur cavalry affect the war wagon? I guess it's just anything with the cavalry tag on it, right? Wait, does that mean Burmese, like, heavy cav archers have Manipur cavalry? I don't know. Because in the tech tree it just says cavalry and Narambai. But anyway, let's take a look at these players' maps. Just going to be classic Arabia, not the ECL version, just good old-fashioned Arabia. Don't know why I kept slowing down there. But MbL map looking fairly open. Kind of a forward wood line here. That's never ideal, but you can kind of wall on this side all right. You will lose access to your main stone, but nah. But this whole area looking pretty open. Gold kind of on the side. Wood kind of far away here. He does have the berries at the back, but I'd say all in all, it's a fairly mediocre map. Obviously, not the end of the world, but, you know, mediocre. The map for RiuT looking to be quite open as well. Somewhat of a side-ish wood line, I guess. And this is his only wood line. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is his, like, next closest wood line. Maybe this one's a bit closer. But this is his only wood line. Where are the trees, man? You got no trees. Oh, man. All of these resources out in the, you know, very wide open space for RiuT. Definitely going to need to do something aggressive here. Also getting a very early loom. He does see MbL here. Known for his laming, to say the least. So that's already a nice little win for MbL, forcing his opponent to go for the early loom. Saracens don't know what trees are. That's what the market's for, right? Going to be a bit of a scout scuffle going on here. Looks like RiuT does have the 3 HP edge, though. Looks like MbL is just choosing to disengage entirely. RiuT still is also missing 2 of his sheep? Wait. Is he missing more than 2? Oh, MbL lost a villager, though. Didn't catch that while we were watching the scouts, but MbL, you know, when you try to lam your opponent, karma strikes and you lose your villager. MbL getting in some nice hits off. Scout HP is so close. I think RiuT's going to win this, though. MbL currently only having 5 HP left on his. A downhill hit will kill him, but no such luck. Oh, wait. MbL stopped for a second. Can RiuT get the finishing blow? No, he cannot. But he could potentially steal a couple sheep from his opponent. He's wandering in that direction. And yes, he will be able to steal 2 sheep from MbL, who's just now throwing down his first mill. Kind of odd. This is already a very weird start to this game. But yeah, RiuT, you know, yeah, he had to get loom, but, you know, biting the bullet and getting loom is a lot better than losing a villager. But though, because MbL does have his scout alive, he is able to lure deer, so that's definitely the reason why even a 2 HP scout is valuable. Oh, RiuT's coming in, though. MbL should see this. Can RiuT get it? Oh, not going for it. MbL luring 1 deer successfully. Yeah. Good point, Granis. RiuT, normally a pretty mannered player. Oh! A little bit of a sloppy not looking at your scout there from MbL. Losing a scout right there. RiuT clicking up on 8-10. Just a little bit slower than ideal. Not going to be too big a deal for our player in the blue here. RiuT getting another lumber camp on this wood line because it's his only wood line. Sending 2 sheep home. I think RiuT was -4 sheep think MbL might have taken 2 of his sheep or something, because I feel like even if he was down 2 sheep, he should have been still able to gather sheep a little bit. But I think, if I had to guess, RiuT will be going into scouts. Just because, well, that's the way he's set up. Just now getting a barracks. Just, 22 pop scouts. Pretty safe standard opening. Saracens have, of course, very good scouts, able to get bloodlines. Then I guess, all the way up to fully upgraded hussars. Haven't talked about the Civ matchup much. Probably favor Saracens, possibly. I mean, Saracens are nice in that they have the market bonus, as at least some sort of econ bonus, whereas the Vietnamese don't have anything. Vietnamese do have those deadly rattan archers, but Saracens have very good siege. Saracens have excellent monks to deal with elephants. Also, I think the Saracen camels are good enough, and the Vietnamese elephants are bad enough that, Mamelukes would destroy Vietnamese elephants. RiuT also luring some deer for the time being, waiting for his scout numbers to increase. You want to see RiuT go all in, though? I think that would be a pretty good option for him, because he just doesn't have any wood. I mean, obviously he has the wood here, but as this game goes on, when he wants to start throwing down additional TCs, he's going to have to throw down a TC, like, over here. You can't even throw a TC down over here. I guess it might be one, like, over here, but that's so far away. Gathering the rest of his sheep as well. Definitely preferring the position of RiuT at this point. Meanwhile, MbL just going for 2 range archers. Pretty standard stuff for the Vietnamese. And MbL pretty safe at home. Has his main gold safe. Yeah, his wood's forward, but, he's okay. He's a villager behind. He doesn't have his scout. Actually, he's 2 villagers behind, somehow. It's like a villager and a half, but regardless. Fairly even spot, I would say. Just a bit of an advantage here to RiuT. Archer's now coming out for MbL, but as he is full-walled, Scout's not really going to find much purchase. Mam should be good enough versus LAs without husbandry? Yeah. Mamelukes are just such a powerful unit. This is a bit of a doubt mining camp, though. Not really ideal. I think the ideal position would be, like, here. Oh, like, one tile, essentially, to the southwest. I think that's... Actually, no, 2 tiles to the southwest, probably. But not a big deal. Yeah, they're real expensive. Archer range now coming down here for RiuT. He's just playing this kind of like a standard Huns War, sort of. Going for a few scouts just to apply early pressure. And then switching into archers of some kind, or skirmishers rather. Knowing his opponent's going to be going for archers. The 1-range skirmisher plus blacksmith into fletching. Pretty standard choice for a lot of players opening with scouts. A lot of houses coming down for RiuT. Look at all these houses! What is he doing? Look at this, this is crazy. He's 35 of 85 pop. He is just going full house walling. That is so strange. You'd love to love those prices are painful? Yeah. At least their elite upgrade is the cheapest elite upgrade in the game at only 600 food and 500 gold. That's at least something. But the problem is Mamelukes just... They're so deadly in mass combined with siege, but... Oh god. Come to game 183? Oh god. Well, right now I'm going to be casting RiuT versus MbL, because this is a really good series, but... If there wasn't RiuT versus MbL going on, Pete, I would totally jump into that. What 2K1s are you playing with? Yeah, RiuT with a ton of skirmishers. How does he have less villagers than his opponent? Does he already have wheelbarrow done? Yeah, he does. Okay, that makes sense. Golden End and Pete? Okay. Pete Martell. Having some nomad fun. But yeah, very passive game so far. MbL just, being very defensive, realizing that, okay, I lost a villager and I lost a scout. No way I can really do a ton of damage to my opponent early on. Just, chilling with some archers, getting a blacksmith now. I don't like this house positioning. I think it should be, like, right here. You want to just give yourself as much space as possible. Martel. So, quick castle age coming in here for MbL. RiuT could be not too far behind. RiuT just invested a bit more into these few extra scouts. Second range coming in means that we will be seeing, some sort of archery range play in the castle age as opposed to the cavalry play. I think this is a bit strange, honestly, for RiuT. Going into, like, a pure archer war against the Vietnamese just sounds like a bit of an uphill battle, right? Two spearmen coming out just to poke away these scouts. Oop, RiuT not paying attention, will be losing a scout for his troubles. With the worst eco like Persians. Oh yeah, such a bad eco. Such a bad nomad stuff. Anyway, a couple spearmen will die here for MbL. And, mostly skirmishers, but with a few archers mixed in for RiuT. Kind of an odd combo. By the way, RiuT's like one of my favorite players of all time. I love watching him play. He's like such a good player when he's, playing the game actively. Military count is dead even though, as there are a ton of units in this archery range. And I think maybe MbL will try to wait for his upgrades to finish, but instantly getting crossbowmen and bodkin. Does he have the time to wait for them, though? Because remember, these units will be ejected once this archery range falls below a certain HP threshold. I think it's 400. Or not. What do I know? But yeah, now with the upgrades in faster here for MbL as well as the Siege Workshop, we'll see RiuT forced back for the time being, though he almost has his own bodkin and elite skirmisher upgrades done himself. But these crossbowmen of MbL, they have 41 HP. That is a hefty amount of HP. Hey Trirem! Welcome back to the stream. Welcome to being a mod here. Buff Persians, please. Oh, massive Mangonel hit there for MbL. Unfortunately for him, it was uphill, so it didn't really kill a whole lot. But that's another nice one. Really bad trade there for RiuT. Yeah, Persians might need, like, a tiny buff, but I think it's more the fact that Indians are too strong. Mod power? Yeah, there you go. Like, this chat is just all mods. 100% faster TC work rate. Reasons we don't let Granis balance the game. But yeah, MbL, nice and safe right now, throwing down another TC quite comfortably. Didn't have to invest in a watchtower, so he can throw down another one once he has the wood to do so. And because of those great Mangonel hits, has plenty of army. That's another great Mangonel hit. RiuT, the player with one of the fastest, like, APMs in the game. Really dropping the ball here. RiuT himself is on expanding to his third TC because this is his next best wood line after this. That's so far away. He just has to hope that MbL doesn't scout it, and that's correct. Because, yeah, it's MbL scouting. MbL doesn't scout the map. Wait, what bug is right there? Wait, what bug's in Wolo Kingdoms right now? But yeah, MbL currently with a massive lead in this game. 19 kills to 5 deaths for him. Just really good engagements in the early Castle Age. And just, playing quite comfortably behind it. He does not have a third TC up just yet, as he's spending a lot of wood getting these archers out. Holy shit. Wow. Everyone who was watching the stream earlier, remember when Daniel went for mass battle elephants against Nilly and just destroyed him so easily. Maybe that was a part of the reason. Unfortunately, though, for MbL, he is not the Saracens. He does not have the extra attack with his crossbows against buildings, but the Mangonels will, support those guys just fine. MbL is actually super housed right now. He's been housed for a while. That's really sloppy, honestly. Just now getting his third TC. Yes, RiuT's TC, third TC, that is, was a lot faster. But the army sizes are starting to catch up. RiuT does have a ton of units garrisoned in these ranges. Even having a bra elephants for a while. Yeah, seriously. That explains so much, because, like, I've tried to go for, like, mass pikemen in the Castle Age versus elephants, and the pikemen just got destroyed. Like, you know, obviously splash damage was supposed to be, you know, pretty good, but that explains so much. Oh, hey, Mem! What's up, man? Yes, you are my partner in crime. I'm pretty pumped. Yeah, welcome back to the stream, man. I'm just excited to cast ECL. I was on vacation until yesterday, so I'm still getting caught up on the games, but from what I've seen, it's been pretty good. Oh yeah, easy peasy, man. Dominate like MbL is currently dominating the military this game. Look at all these Vietnamese crossbows. Perfect segue. And MbL also clicking up to the Imperial Age, which is entirely because... Okay, so RiuT, he's making skirmishers. They cost food. MbL's making crossbows. They don't cost food. Easy food stockpile advantage for MbL. Quicker Imperial Age. It should be fun, it should be fun. Oh, don't worry, Trirem, I definitely never said anything important. Oh yeah, Mem, so, apparently since the beginning of Ornlu Kingdoms, there has been a bug that Castle Age battle elephants do 100% splash damage. And no one noticed. Yeah, 100% splash damage for battle elephants. And I was wondering why my pikemen died so much. But this is a really nice run by for RiuT, attacking at a really nice angle. MbL just so out of position, losing quite a few villagers there, and I'm not sure how, but RiuT is super far ahead in the economy. He has like 20 villagers more than his opponent. Still just on the 3 TCs, now gathering a ton of stone. They're broken since... That's true. Oh wait, the elite too? Oh, anyway, big engagement coming in. Nice mangonel shot there for MbL, finally getting some sort of revenge in this game. But this could be a bit of a problem for RiuT. MbL just about to hit the Imperial Age, and once we see Arbalest come in along with Bracer, that's going to be a lot of units that RiuT really doesn't have a good answer to. He doesn't even have +2 armor. Didn't know it was from USA? Oh! Thanks, Mem! Yep, I am, I'm American. But now that these, at least Arbalest is in for MbL, he's going to try and take the engagement when his opponent's still using Castle Age units. And this is just so many more units here from MbL, even getting some fantastic mangonel shots. Yeah, pretty amazing kill-death ratio from MbL this game. 44 kills to 13 deaths. Castle now coming in here for RiuT. He's gathering a ton of stone earlier. Likely is going to want to transition into Mamelukes at some point, but Mamelukes aren't going to be the greatest answer to Arbalest without any sort of siege support. And now RiuT's just getting heavy plow stone mining and gold mining. That is very late to be getting these really important eco texts. Skirmishers will be able to thwart these few arbalists here in the north of the map, but this is a lot of arbalists streaming right towards the heart of the base of RiuT. But this is where MbL's problem of scouting comes in, and I just really don't like this from MbL, and I see him do it almost every single game he plays. Finally, he's scouting out RiuT's TC that's been in the south here, but he has had the opportunity to deny so much of this TC for so long, and he's only doing it just now. Yeah, I'll see if I can test this real quick. At least before the end of the stream, I'll definitely test it, Granis. Again, MbL wishing he was Saracens with the attack bonus versus buildings, but yeah. He is in such a good position. Yes, RiuT did lose a few villagers there, still has a nice 10 villager lead over his opponent, but currently almost 30 idle villagers. That's a lot of idle villager time. MbL is missing a lot of defense upgrades. He only has padded archer armor, he's going to want to get more of those. RiuT getting Bracer, Chemistry, and Onager. Obviously, Onager is going to be a really good answer to what the Vietnamese can throw at you. But Bombard Cannons are what the answer to Onagers is. There's good English. This is the part where Mem realizes that, you know, his English is going to be better than mine. Despite me being it my first language. Gonna be a bit of a shootout here in the back. Nice extra HP for the Arbalest, but that is a huge mangonel shot. Why do these guys not want to micro? Some real hashtag Ornlu micro this game. But right now, looks like MbL is going to be forced back for the time being, but oh, didn't see this over here. Archers, or rather Arbalests, getting a ton of value, killing even more of RiuT's villagers. MbL finally taking the villager lead for the first time this game, and he still has double the army count of his opponent. RiuT's just really struggling to find something that works at killing his opponent's army. Just the tanky Arbalests. So good. RiuT trying to get another town center up in the south of the map because, again, he just has no access to wood comfortably. But this has been found out by MbL, who's finally realizing that, you know, scouting the map is good, and this is just like shooting fish in a barrel. So many dead villagers, and I wouldn't be surprised if RiuT calls the GG soon. Because this wood is almost done. This wood is so precarious. And, yeah, this TC was denied. Oh, this could be some big Onager shots, though. MbL moving away just in the nick of time. Ornlu trying to get in on the action, such as he can. MbL now getting Imperial Skirmisher as well as Ring Archer armor. Obviously, in the Skirmisher battles, the Vietnamese will have a massive edge over the Saracens. And, yeah, dead villagers, denied TC. A little bit of a problem for MbL, though, is that he doesn't have a castle, so he can't get, trebuchets. He does have a couple bombard cannons, but I'd really like to see him starting to poke away at this castle of RiuT. He has the massive army lead. OP Archers with 48 HP. What a map win. So, I don't necessarily think it was a map win. I mean, it's a really bad, like, late-game map for RiuT, but he had the opportunity to go for a lot more aggression than he ended up doing. Like, RiuT, you know, he just played really standard. Didn't do anything terribly aggressive. Hey, Reaper. Welcome back to the stream. Surprised that any Europeans are still tuning in. It's pretty late. Entertain you? I don't know, man. I'm pretty boring. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the Imperial Skirmisher. You don't see this unit all that often. 43 HP, 8 attack, 9 pierce armor. Pretty good. Fucked up your sleep schedule? Yeah, seriously, it's the wrong stream. Castle finally coming in here for MbL. And 4 bombard cannons out already. Yes, they are attacking uphill, but this castle is in serious jeopardy here for RiuT. And I still don't know what he's going for. He's just making more and more elite skirmishers that have worse upgrades than his opponent, and just like a few onagers. It's currently 12 military to 58. I just don't understand what RiuT's game plan at this point is. Making a trebuchet? Maybe to try and snipe with some bombard cannons, but I don't know. RiuT now getting Hussar. And Hussar will perform fairly well versus the Imperial Skirmishers, but there are still plenty of arbs still on the map. And this trebuchet's life is not going to be much longer. Wait, what? Wait, hold your horses. I thought that when trebuchets died, when their projectiles were still in the air, I thought that the trebuchet projectile didn't do any damage. But that trebuchet projectile, after the trebuchet died, killed the bombard cannon. What do I make of my president's game plan? Sell out my country to the Russians? That sounds like a pretty good game plan for our president. Cries. You think it only works with buildings? Okay, that would explain it. Don't know why that happens then. Does damage if the unit dies? But no, that can't be correct with buildings. Like, at a minimum, that's not correct with buildings. It. Hey Toffeen, welcome to the stream. Don't think I've seen you around before. But like, there have been so many times where like I've sniped a trebuchet, like when its projectile's in the air and it just doesn't deal damage to my castle. He said the Russians didn't rig the elections. No, he believed Putin when he said the Russians didn't rig the elections. Just, oh god. Such an embarrassment. Anyway, this might be RiuT's last stand. He has about half the army of his opponent, but where's the army of MbL? MbL has like twice the army of his opponent, but he's not here. He's coming forward with villagers for bombard towers, but is RiuT gonna clean this up? Nice onager shot before it died, and well, now MbL is coming in with his own light cav, but much worse upgraded than his opponent. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Finally, MbL is going to be swarming over his opponent, just, you know... Sometimes Age of Empires comes down to a numbers game, and MbL just has way more units than his opponent. Now even throwing down these bombard towers, which are just so powerful at just securing area. Well, RiuT is going to have the Hussars, again, which are way better upgraded than the light cav of MbL. Trying to get a castle up right here, though. There are already 2 bombard towers up. And like I was saying, bombard towers so powerful at just securing area, giving it these ranged units a space where they can, you know, not have to worry about running back. Random Rattan Archer. Castle is now complete, but is under a lot of fire already. Not going to be up for much longer. RiuT just trying to make these Hussar work. And yes, Hussar are a good unit against what MbL is making, but he already has a bunch of bombard towers up in his face. He's going to lose this castle right here, and he just doesn't really have any access to gold at that point, I believe. He's mining stone here in the south. Oh, it looks like he lost a ton more villagers here as well. I guess he's still north of 100 villagers, but he just has not been as cost-efficient as he has needed to be this game. Wait, RiuT still has 2 castles. Okay, so he does have 2 castles over here. But, oh wow, this hill has been taken by MbL, and in looking at it, this hill is going to be super important for these players to control in the late game. It just dominates the middle of the map. Already has bombard towers up on it, already working down this castle. What the hell happened here? I have no idea. Hussar's coming in for a raid, and right now MbL's base is fairly open. He does have plenty of TCs, but only 1 bombard tower will be completed for the time being. But MbL, he's at 122 villagers, he's just fine. The thing is, though, RiuT's catching up in the army count. RiuT has a lot of army now. Yes, he still has less than MbL, but it's currently 32 to 48, which is a lot better than like the 32 to 68. But again, I just don't know how he, you know, stops the slow push from his opponent. Just Bombard Towers slowly creeping forward, denying so many of the farms of RiuT, who, again, have to reiterate, doesn't have a whole lot of wood available to him. Chopping down this forest like a madman. Another castle coming in from him. Yeah, these Bombard Towers are just so hard to stop. One-shotting the Hussars. Trying to get some more raiding in. But RiuT's down to 86 villagers, MbL still at 111. But not really a whole lot to stop these Hussars right now. Tons of barracks coming down. MbL finally realizing that, hey, my opponent, he's pretty much just making Hussars. So, yeah. Let's make the thing that kills Hussars. Looks like maybe enough light cav are coming in to reinforce. Light cav, again, way worse upgraded than these Hussar, but, you know, enough of them will get the job done. But this has been a surprising amount of damage done by RiuT. He is not giving up the ship just yet. Like, don't get me wrong, I think MbL is in a way better position than RiuT, but, you know, this game isn't 100% over, and whoa, look at the siege rams! I didn't see how many rams were garrisoned in the siege workshop, and this is easily enough siege rams to clean up these Bombard Towers. Only 2 Bombard Cannons here. The Hussars can easily swarm in and kill these guys. Is RiuT going to make this comeback happen? MbL just so slow to transition out of skirmishers and light cav and into halberdiers. Yeah, pretty much, Reaper, pretty much. But all of these Bombard Towers getting cleaned up. However, the Hussar count is starting to drop here for RiuT. And these barracks are being completed. RiuT just needs more and more Hussars, and oh man, town center here falling. Villagers being worked on by Bombard Towers, and again, this is just the problem of RiuT, that he just doesn't have map control. Just trying to make this, you know, big push down the middle of the map work, and this is the power of fully upgraded Hussars, but he just run out of Hussars. Switch over to RiuT's POV. RiuT has 2.2k gold in the bank, but no food. And the one unit he can sort of comfortably make, Hussars, require food. Whose eco is shown? Currently, RiuT's. Oh yeah, it's hard to tell. But yeah, it's RiuT's. Currently 4 siege rams rather, left alive around this castle. Whoa, is this siege ram gonna get the kill? Getting 2 trebuchets there before it dies. And the populations are almost even. Now Mamelukes are coming in for RiuT. When you have, you know, almost 2k stone in the, or gold in the bank, you can afford to make Mamelukes. Is RiuT gonna make the comeback happen, guys? This push is, you know, grinding to a halt, but he has taken, you know, way, way better trades than MbL for the last 5 minutes or so. Also worth mentioning, though, is that MbL has 3 relics, RiuT has 0. Just now building a monastery to start taking them. But here come the halbs for MbL, or pikemen rather. Pikemen are a lot worse than halberdier against cavalry, missing a lot of bonus damage, but, well, massive numbers edge will be pretty good. Yeah, definitely both players at very low pop right now. I think that's a lot more excusable for RiuT than it is for MbL, as RiuT's just been in such a rough spot for so long. And now with some Mamelukes coming in, they're nearly fully upgraded, just missing Zealotry and the Elite upgrade. Yeah, no problem, Mem. Like I said, just got back from vacation, so I need to catch up on stuff, but I'll definitely message you. Yeah, just kind of remembering how to stream. But yeah, have a good evening. Bombard Tower here will fall. That will buy a bit more space for RiuT in these farms. What the shit, MbL? Looks like this area in the north has been secured comfortably for MbL, but he doesn't really have a lot of resources over here. And well, yes, MbL has more units than his opponent, but Wait, where's MbL's army? Just a few trash units. It looks like RiuT's teching into a much better army than his opponent. He's also stonewalling the front of his base. Dang. MbL's coming down here in the south, but, well, look at RiuT's bank. He still has almost 1,000 gold. And, you know, this is the sort of perfect eco setup to get a lot of Mamluks up and rolling, though still missing the elite upgrade and zealotry is, I think, a pretty big problem. But RiuT also has taken 2 relics now. Yeah, he's still going to have less gold than his opponent, but we have to consider the fact that RiuT has access to the Saracen market, which, you know, is probably more valuable than having Imperial skirmishers, I would say. I don't know for sure, but that sounds correct. But, I mean, yes, he has lots of VBTs, but a lot of VBTs have died. Halberdier now on the way, along with Elite Mameluke. And, well, the monastery holding 2 relics for MbL has died. That's going to get a big dent in his gold income. Bombard Tower, Bombard Cannon, a little bit out of position. Can the Bombard Towers protect it? No, they cannot. Big fight happening here in the south. It looks like there's just not enough units here from MbL. Is RiuT going to make this happen? The Halbs are going to be really important for him as they do kill the entire army of RiuT if they can get in close, but now have Elite Mamluks out, only missing the Zealotry upgrade. Unfortunately, though, the Zealotry upgrade is super important for RiuT in this position because it makes his Mamelukes die in 3 hits as opposed to 2 hits from these Halberdiers. Okay, yeah, Zealotry halfway done for him. He just cannot engage Halberdiers with the Mamelukes until Zealotry's done, because they die in 2 hits. No, he's not mining any more gold, but he does have the Saracen market, remember. Checking the market prices here. 38 wood, 29 food. At this point in the game, that is perfectly fine for RiuT. Though again, numbers still very much on MbL's side. About double the military pop of his opponent, but in terms of just population efficiency, MbL doesn't have any gold units other than these Bombard Towers. And right now, this gold in the south has plenty of gold left on it, and RiuT is securing control of it, and is taking these 2 relics. RiuT's gonna, you know, try and bring this one back for all he can. Castle is under pretty heavy fire from his trebuchet, though. Reasonably well protected by halberdiers as well. I don't think this Treb's gonna fall to the Hussars. Yeah. Bomber Cannon gonna try and snipe the Treb. Can the Treb hit? No, the Treb is very inaccurate. Oh, there's another gold here that I totally missed. MbL does have control of it. But now Hussars coming in to raid. Quick balls coming in for MbL, really nice. Both players north of 120 villagers, so both are totally fine in that regard. Hussars trying to swing around from the back. I really like this maneuver. Take advantage of your army's mobility over your opponents, and both trebuchets are going to die. Bombard Cannon likely going to die as well. And yeah, RiuT easily saving this castle, and he still has plenty of resources in the bank. Just spent a lot of gold on something. I don't know what, though. But 4 relics plus Saracen Market? That is a pretty nasty combo. Yeah, seriously, Reaper. Would you get Elite or Zealotry first? Elite is still better than Zealotry. But yeah, I mean, army size is still going pretty strongly in favor of MbL, but it's just army quality that RiuT has on his side by a mile. He now has the advantage in the kill-death ratio for the first time in, like, an hour. This game is definitely a YouTube game if, you know... I mean, it probably already is a YouTube game, but... especially if RiuT can pull this one back. RiuT has lost all of his siege, so it's kind of stalling his push, and MbL is finally starting to get some raiding done. But this whole area in the south is pretty safe for RiuT. He has it stonewalled, lots of wood choppers and farmers, now throwing down a ton of archery ranges. Obviously, just skirmishers to deal with the halberdiers of MbL. But here comes MbL with a ton of units. And it's... whoa! Interesting micro there for RiuT, surrounding his opponent's army. RiuT now even getting masonry. But here comes a ton of light cav for MbL. Very exposed-looking area of RiuT's base. Monk's trying to get some conversions in. Hey, Tech! Welcome back to the stream, man.
Dad.
Oh, also... Hey, Snape Snaps! Thank you so much for the host. Welcome, everyone, coming over from Snape Snap's stream. Currently casting RiuT versus MbL in a pretty crazy game. Currently an hour and 11 minutes into this 1v1 Arabia game. Bombard Tower coming up on this wood line of RiuT. And I think that's like the only wood line RiuT has? Yeah, that's the only wood line RiuT has, so if he loses this, he's only going to have this tiny little bit of wood to gather from. Not that RiuT's making many wood-costing units, but still, need wood for farms at a minimum. Now even making skirmishers to deal with the halbs, and... Man, this game is close! But yeah, hi everyone coming over from Snape Snaps, thanks for the host. Bombard Tower gonna be... Yeah, Bombard Tower being worked away by this trebuchet. MbL really wishing he had like Hussar and Husbandry and Blast Furnace. Yeah, RiuT has very tiny wood. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, units coming in just in the nick of time here for RiuT. Gonna save his trebuchet. Nice quick walls with these two houses. And re-securing this wood line. Well, never mind. Here comes another Bombard Tower. Can it be denied by RiuT? He's trying to come in as fast as he can, even throwing down stone walls. That is not a good quick ball. RiuT's quick balls were way better. Yeah, villagers all dying here. Bombard Tower will be denied. Looks like MbL is making another concerted effort into pushing RiuT back into his base. And yeah, there's just not a whole lot of army here for our blue player. Hey, Scarface. Rogan, and everyone else. And yeah, RiuT's just really struggled this game to get up to that 200 pop marker. He might be a little bit more able to do so now that he has skirmishers that can actually deal with the halberdiers, because he just had nothing to deal with the halberdiers before. You must be here 3 minutes before I stop streaming? Nah, I'll still be streaming for a little while longer. I'm doing really well, Scarface. It's great to be back. I was on vacation for a week, but yeah, now I get to be back. Gotta love the trirem balance intel. Why you guys come to the stream. So, RiuT is trying to clean up the rest of these Bombard Towers. Obviously, MbL cannot afford to make any more. He's only chilling on 1 relic, so that's not enough for many Bombard Towers. Obviously, essentially all mineral resources on this map have been mined out except for this gold and this gold. Which MbL, for some reason, only has 1 villager mining. That's kind of a big mistake. But yeah, I mean, it looks like MbL's army is starting to lose a bit of steam over here, but still going strong in this angle. I do not think RiuT wants to lose this castle. Look at all of this farming economy that he has in this area. Honestly, RiuT might need a few more production facilities. I mean, he has a lot of stables, but losing Hussars very quickly. And if he loses this castle, it's just going to be that much harder to produce Mamelukes. No siege engineers in for MbL. It's going to be a bit harder to destroy the castle, though. In comes some siege rams. Oh, yeah, siege engineers on the way right now. Oh. Trebuchets are going to start falling, though, as halberdiers just are really slow at killing pretty much everything that isn't cavalry. Also missing Blast Furnace, kind of annoying there. But look at these halberdiers chew through these hussars. Skirmishers are just so slow to the party. RiuT's gonna call the GG! Oh yeah, look at him, losing a ton of units in the south here as well. This Bombard Tower came up. But I think, oh man, I feel like RiuT could have won this game. He just lost way too many Hussars there in an engagement he didn't need to take. Oh, that was so painful for RiuT. He almost made the comeback happen, guys. He was so far behind. You know, he was down like almost 100 population. But MbL closing it out eventually. RiuT with the better KD. But just MbL so much more gold income. RiuT even had 4 relics at the end. Just really bad engagement in the end. Fortunately, losing him the game. And I think they're going to play again. So I'll cast it. But yeah, high flow. Majike, Scarface, Tech, everyone else. Rogan. Probably put that game on YouTube. Just a really good game. How are his Mamelukes not masked enough? The thing with Mamelukes is they kind of can struggle against a ton of trash. Our ship name is Scarface Frost Ornlu. I like it. Oh, all the love. Yeah, RiuT did have a really good quality army. It was sort of what was keeping him alive in the game for so long, but he just took that really bad engagement, just running a ton of Hussars into Halberdiers. And yeah, less than a minute, we'll be getting back into the next game here. This has been a nice way to close out the stream with casting these good games. Better than watching me lose. My real name is not Charles. That is not correct. My real name is Matthew. So, welcome back everybody to more 1v1 Arabia action between RiuT and MbL. My name is not Mohammed. So, we will have RiuT, unfortunately for him, losing that last game. Almost made the comeback happen, but not quite. He'll be the Blue Aztecs here in the west of the map. And his opponent will be MbL as the Red Franks here in the east of the map. Pretty interesting matchup, I gotta say. Sorry about that. Yeah. Aztecs, possibly the best 1v1 Arabia Civ, definitely the best 1v1 Arabia Civ in AOC. Now they have a bit more competition, but obviously still top 5 for sure. God damn it. I hate you guys. Franks, probably the worst 1v1 Arabia Civ in AOC. Probably the worst 1v1 Arabia Civ. But obviously with all of the buffs they received in the expansions, just so much more viable. Extra HP on the scouts, as well as the extra foraging speed. It just makes their scout rush so much more powerful. But taking a look at these maps here, this is really bad for MbL. Which, considering RiuT's map last game, you know, MbL probably deserves. Forward gold and stone on a hill, super open at the front. Berries open, or berries forward as well. And, you know, the only sort of redeeming quality of this map for MbL is this nice, thick backwood line. And I'll answer your question in just a second, Scarface. Just want to finish introducing the maps here. And gold's pretty nice, though, for MbL. You know, fairly controllable. You know, wall here, and, you know, this whole area is going to be pretty safe. Meanwhile, not sure what this is all about. RiuT, I guess, took a bit of food from this deer. His map, not looking particularly good either. He's also notably missing 2 sheep, but gold very far forward. I mean, all of these resources are just so far forward. Though, again, I guess if he walls this area and kind of just, like... I guess, okay, let's think about this, guys. Let's do some thinking here. If you can sort of get a bit further forward, if you're RiuT, and sort of control, like, this, and this, you have all of your resources safe. Like, obviously that's super far forward, but if somehow RiuT's able to do that, he's gonna be totally cool. Yeah, in AOC, Aztecs had the free loom, which essentially gave them a 1 villager lead because loom takes the same amount of time to research as it does to produce 1 villager. And, you know, you also effectively got 50 extra gold because you didn't have to spend it on loom, which meant that you could go for a 5 militia drush, faster working farmers due to the extra carry capacity, and then faster working military buildings. All of that just sort of added up to being really good. Nowadays, the Aztecs are slightly less good because of the... faster training. Oh, feels bad, Pete. But yeah, losing the free loom means that you don't have that effective extra villager. I mean, you do have to research loom, also makes it a bit riskier to get boars and stuff. But still really strong. And I'd actually say the Aztecs were buffed in that there were now Eagle Scouts, which are very slow to train in the feudal age, but with the faster working military buildings for the Aztecs, they can get those guys out a lot faster, and it's just a lot more manageable. Aww. So sad. MbL is going to be clicking up to the feudal age on 21 pops. 21 pops? Pop! We'll be going for scouts almost certainly. Yeah, no barracks up just yet. 21 pop scouts for the Franks, very much the standard metagame. Meanwhile, RiuT currently lost a unit. Did he lose a villager? Yeah, he had to have lost a villager. He lost, he has 1 unit killed. Or, yeah, and MbL hasn't killed anything. Sorry I didn't catch that. I don't know if it was lamed or something, but that will give RiuT a much slower start than his opponent. There we go. Slow to get back into the casting game, I guess. But having to go take these deer, just not finding these 2 sheeps, a really annoying sort of problem at this stage in the game because you don't want to be seeding a ton of farms before Horse Collar. MbL about to hit the feudal age, way ahead of his opponent. And likely just going to be throwing down a stable as soon as he can. Oh, rip. Rip Granus. Scout for the Franks does win 1v1 against an eagle no matter what. But especially, you know, now that the scout is in the feudal age and has the extra attack, it will just trash this eagle scout. Unfortunately, though, RiuT is also housed. Oh man, this has been a really unfortunate start for our player in blue. Sheep. I thought both sheep and sheeps were correct. I don't know, maybe it's an American thing. Sheep does make sense, though, as the plural of sheep. But yeah, trust me, guys. English is my native language. I go to a very good university where I can demonstrate my mastery of said English language. Got the best words. Or something. But yeah, slight villager lead here for MbL due to RiuT losing a villager and then having some idle time because of it. But RiuT, not deterred, is going to be going for 5 men-at-arms into archers by the looks of things, not opting to go the infantry line. Where's controls? Oh god. 1 spearman at home will not likely be enough to deal with all of these scouts. RiuT waiting for enough wood to get a second archery range, but in come the scouts of MbL. Can easily trash this spearman. And, well, RiuT has nothing. He's going to be losing at least 1 more villager here, maybe even 2. Oh, wait, scout switching aggro. Lost 2 scouts for 1 villager, or 2 villagers. So I guess that's fairly even. Fair amount of idle time, but that was honestly pretty mediocre micro from MbL. Lost a ton of units for free. Behind this, it looks like these men-at-arms have done not a whole lot of damage until right now. Just, you know, forcing a bit of idle time. and I guess a defensive tower out from MbL, but MbL currently having a 5-villager lead over his opponent. Pretty massive. Ooh, nice quick balls as well, forcing these men-at-arms to take a ton of arrow fire from the TC, even nabbing one. And here comes the skirmishers and the scouts, but neither skirmishers nor scouts are particularly good against men-at-arms. But with the villager support, and these men-at-arms are all at sufficiently low HP for RiuT to be frightened away. And yeah, our Brazilian player not looking to be in the best of positions. A lot of villagers at only one lumber camp. And yeah, just going to be losing all of these men-at-arms, and with that, any semblance of map control. Down 5 villagers. Shortly going to be down an army. Things are not looking good here for RiuT. Just now, see MbL going over to the gold. He does not have a blacksmith up just yet for fletching. Neither does RiuT. Let's see both ecos at once. Yeah, that would be pretty nice, Toffine. If you want me to switch ecos at any point in time, just ask me. No worries on that one. I generally don't switch the ecos unless I'm, looking for something specific. So... I think Toffine was talking about the spectating experience. Can you switch genders? Technically you can. Though, personally, not going to. One Eagle Scout going to be absolutely mauled by all of these Scout Cavalry of MbL. And with that, there's going to be not a whole lot RiuT can do in this fight. Just, he's down in the, I think, archer count. Well, I mean, the skirmishers just kill the archers. And these scouts can just so easily deal with these Eagle Scouts that, well, it's going to be really hard for RiuT to take this engagement. And he still doesn't have a blacksmith, just now throwing it down. MbL has fletching now, and he's just going to be even more safe to, take these engagements. Spearman did manage to get a hit off, which was a little bit sloppy from MbL. But, despite a bit of sloppy micro from MbL this game, he's doing just fine. He has 18 kills and 7 deaths. Again? Oh god. Yep. I don't disagree with you, Reaper. RiuT trying to get fletching in, but he isn't even able to take this fight before fletching. These archers are just getting nothing useful done. And that's going to be the GG. And the game was very much over. And something I actually didn't have the chance to talk about before the game ended, I just dislike the option in this particular instance of going for archers over barracks. Because if you're going for double barracks, with like eagles and maybe a few spearmen to deal with cavalry, you have the